Abbie, I think before we talk about anything, we have to talk about last weekend's 6-0 win. What was your biggest takeaway from that game?
Yeah, I was really delighted with the performance, if I'm being really honest with you. I've been sat here for numerous weeks saying when we get it right, we'll get it right. And there was a lot of pluses from that performance that we got right on the day. And yeah, I thought we were excellent value for money.
That was our first league win on home turf this season. How important was it to get over the line and get that first win at home?
To be honest with you, I didn't really put that into any of the thought process. I know we've won at home in the cup. I didn't think anything about it being the first league win, but it is obviously pleasing to win at home. You need to make sure you win your home games. You need to make sure that the place becomes a fortress, because it's really difficult then for opposing teams to come to. So yeah, really delighted with the home win. As I've been saying, the performances haven't been far off. We've just not played well enough for long enough in games. And as I said, Sunday I thought we were perfect from minute 1 to 90, and obviously that got us the win, got us the performance, and we can take a lot of confidence from that game moving forward now, and almost arriving at the season where we need to be.
We've made a very strong start in this season's League Cup, and we've got Abingdon United at home this weekend. What can you expect them to bring to the game?
Yeah, I think it's going to be a difficult game. You know, I know they've had some difficult results of past, but I think they're not going to just turn up and roll over for us. It's a chance for some of the players that haven't been playing week in, week out to make a statement. I asked our finishers last week to make sure that they finished the game really strongly, and they did that. So they'll all be getting an opportunity to start the game. We need to make sure we're on the front foot from minute 1 and continue dominating games. You know, winning games of football, it breeds confidence. So we need to make sure that we continue on this run. We continue winning at home. As I said earlier, we make it a fortress. But yeah, again, keep trying to play the right way. Keep trying to instill the messages that we are doing in training, because I think that is something that I've really seen over the last couple of weeks. Those messages are finally starting to play out on the pitch. And it's a really nice environment to be involved in with the girls at the minute.
A win against Abingdon will secure top spot in the group for us. Is this something you're thinking about a lot? I mean, surely there's no bigger carrot that can be on the end of the stick.
Yeah, absolutely. Winning games of football is the biggest carrot for all of us. As I said, we need the confidence. We need to make sure that we impose ourselves, we play the right way, we try things in these games. They give us opportunity, and it also gives players that haven't been playing many minutes to get up to full speed and make sure that they're asking the question of other players week in, week out. So yeah, I want to take top spot. I don't think I've made that shy before. I want to win every football match we're involved in. So yeah, I think the girls do as well. The sort of group that we've got are hungry for success. They've only known winning the last few years, so this is another one for them to go out and make sure we win Sunday, and then take that confidence into what will be a challenging game the week after. But in the cup run itself, let's go on and make as many wins as we possibly can.
You mentioned rotating the team just then. That's something that we've seen in the last couple cup games. Is that something you're planning again this weekend?
Yeah, absolutely. I think there's certain players that need it. There's certain players that physically, load-wise and capability-wise, we need to make sure we manage them through injuries and their various lifestyles at work and things like that. Obviously, we're not blessed to be full-time, so we need to manage the squad. I sit here and say every week it's not a big squad, and it's not because it only takes one injury to really have a big impact on the squad. So yeah, we'll be rotating this week. There's players back from injury that need minutes. There's players that, like I said, we need to take out of the team for various reasons. And there's players that are in form and knocking on the door in training, so they have every right to start the game. So yeah, it'll be a scratch head moment for starting 11, but one that I love, to be honest with you. Is exactly where you want to be as a manager, having difficulties picking teams week in, week out, because it means that your squad are doing something right.
Just talking about injuries, Phoebe Baker and Georgia Vicar have missed the last few games. Have you got any update on their condition?
Yeah, Phoebe's back in full training and has taken part at the last couple of sessions, so will be available for selection on Sunday. Georgia Vicaris is one we're nursing a little bit more closely. She's so young and so talented, and we just need to be mindful that, you know, we can't put too much on her. The load has changed completely from grassroots football and girls football to intense Tier 3 football. So she's just got a small quad strain. It's nothing serious, but we need to manage her back into the first team fold better, so that we don't get any reoccurrences of that. I'm thinking possibly another 2 weeks for her before she's involved in squad action, but she's doing a lot around the training ground, running, keeping herself fit with the girls, cheeky, keeping them on their toes. So yeah, it's she's, you know, in a good place about it as well, because it's difficult with these young players, you know, with her first proper injury. So she's in great spirits, and I'm sure she'll be chomping at the bit to get back involved.
This season, the team have been training on Fridays at Exeter Sports Hub. How much of a help has that been for games like this and for the whole season?
Yeah, it's been great. It's something that we rolled out, as you said, this year. We've got great partnership with Exeter College, so it works really well that we can utilise the Friday mornings. It was actually the girls that have asked me over the off season whether or not we could implement another session. It's not compulsory. We only get sort of 12 to 13 turning up each week because of their commitments outside, which may surprise a few, but obviously these girls aren't professional, so it's only the ones that have relationships with their work that allow them to either have a Friday off or maybe take those hours back during the week. So it's been great so far. Yeah, we've done real small technical sessions. They've been great fun. The girls have had a lot of laughs. It's, as I said, it's not as serious as a Tuesday and Thursday, but it does allow us to work on one or two little things when you've got your front two or you've got your two centre halves there. It's easy to work on a little bit of work with them that will have benefits on a Sunday. So yeah, it's proving really well at the minute, and something that we hope to continue moving forward. And fingers crossed when we do eventually get promoted into Tier 2 and well the Championship, that it's not then such a scary step for some to transition into 3, 4, 5 sessions a week then. So it's building blocks. It's just putting the right putting ourselves in the picture really.
Midweek, the team announced a new front of shirt sponsorship with Midex Pro. How good is it for you to be able to see these local businesses putting faith in the women's team and investing more money in the team?
Yeah, I think it's exactly where we need to be. Midex Pro have been big fans of the women's team and sponsored us for a few seasons, but have come to front of training kit for the first time this year, and it's a huge statement for us as a club. We need these partnerships. We need to be able to move in the right direction. Financially, it does help us an awful lot, and I think that's the next level now. We need to make sure that we're taking on these partnerships and we're working with local businesses to really showcase not just what we can do, but what we can do for them as well. I think that's really important. It's not just a one-way street. And yeah, I'm hopeful that the finances will help me then with the recruitment, with adding stable blocks to continue building on what we're doing here. And yeah, I can't thank Gary enough for the continued support really.
Brilliant. Thank you, Abbie.